Hello bros and broettes, welcome to Drop the Die. I know that my videos have been a little more sporadic lately. Things get real. I've recently got a promotion and I'm having to do a lot more work each and every day, but hopefully I can get on a little bit better schedule. I haven't even had time to trim this scraggly ass beard. But I wanted to talk to you today about an alternate way to handle inspiration in your games. And this is specifically for Dungeon Masters or GMs who are running 5th edition D&D. But the idea remains the same, and you can do this in any game that you play, and I highly suggest it because it's worked out pretty well. So the idea of inspiration is that your DM gives you a point of inspiration that you can spend at any time to re-roll an attack roll, ability check, or anything of the like. Saving throw, all of that business. But there comes a time where a lot of DMs forget about it. They're having to run monster hit points. They're tracking initiative. They're thinking about where the story is going. They're having to be improv directors, comedians, rules lawyers. They're having to make sure everyone's having fun. A lot of times they're playing at their house. Sometimes you're playing in Adventure League games and they're having to make sure they're following all of the rules. It can be pretty taxing. So, an easy way for you to give that inspiration dynamic and that game mechanic to your players is to let each person at the table start the game with a point of inspiration. But they can't use that point of inspiration. They can only give it to another player. Okay, so how this would work is, let's say my character, Warwick, is in a dungeon with another character, Taylor. Alright? Taylor is trying to pick the lock on a door. No big deal. Suddenly, the roof starts to collapse. Oh God. Pick the lock faster, Taylor. I'm trying, okay? I'm trying. She rolls, doesn't roll high enough to pick the lock. I could give her that point of inspiration, but no, that's not good storytelling. I'll wait. Suddenly, spiders come out of the holes in the roof. They're flooding into the room. I'm panicking. Oh God, how can I stop them with just this hammer? Ah! She turns and splashes a vial of alchemist fire in a semicircle. She takes 2 turns, splashes it so that the swarms don't get to us. That is badass. So I say, you have my point of inspiration. You can roll twice on your next check, or you can roll twice on any check you like until the end of the game. That takes the stress off of the DM, who's having to run the spiders, pick the DC for the lock, figure out the strength check for the lock, because you know I'm going to knock it down with a hammer if given the opportunity. So it takes it off of him and it puts it in my playground, and it also lets me decide when someone else does something worthy of inspiration. A lot of times a DM can award inspiration themselves, and I advise you still do that for good role-playing, for just being a help to the DM in general. You know, like if the DM needs to look something up in a book and you say, oh, I got it. You keep going, I'll look it up. That's extremely helpful and should be rewarded. And being able to roll twice, it may not even get you out of that situation. It may just be 3, 2, great. Fantastic. But at least you got to try. So in your next game, try to give your players the ability to give out inspiration. You can keep it limited to 1, I think, because some players, we all have them in our group, would just abuse the hell out of it. And they would be like, oh, okay, I'll give you a point of inspiration for picking up that water skin. Point of inspiration for handing me that pencil. Hey, high five. Go ahead and take a point of inspiration for that manly high five. And that would get annoying. But if you give every character one point of inspiration that they can give to someone else and not use themselves, I think that you'll find it makes for a lot of interaction across the table between players, and it makes people keep track of what other player characters are doing. That way they know, I can award that guy inspiration because he's trying his best, he's trying to pick up our cleric, his heal is low, but man, he just took 3 attacks of opportunity to run over there. What a champ! Take my inspiration. Get that cleric up. Rolls twice? Hey, might get him up. Why don't you guys give me some feedback? How do you handle inspiration in your games? Do you even like the idea of inspiration? Personally, I've liked it quite a bit. It's very simple. Instead of a +2 that can sometimes seem underwhelming, like, are you kidding? Are you kidding? I just headbutted the orc and killed it, and he gave me a +2 to my next attack roll. Sweet, bro. Thanks. Inspiration, it's inspiring. It feels like a tiny little reward, like, oh man, thanks. Thanks, man. I can't believe that you thought I deserved something. Rad. Across the table, high five. I personally love it. Let me know what you guys think. How do you handle it in your games? And I think that all of you DMs out there, if you try it, I think that you'll like putting that power in the hands of your players. The more the players do and the less you have to, the better off you're going to be long term. Trust me. Anyway, this has been Drop the Die, and I hope this information is helpful, and I will see you next time.